In this video, I'm going to show you how you can generate a token so that you can use it on your GitHub logging. So let's see how we can do this thing. So I'm going to access the github.com first, and once we are there, then we will see the profile icon is there. Just click over there and very shortly it will be expanded. From here we have to go settings. Once we are there settings, left side we'll find many options are there. We have to scroll almost at the end. Basically it's the end generally, and you'll find like this developer settings. So you just need to click here to access this menu. I'm going to click here, and very shortly developers access developer settings will be there like this. Now we need to generate a token, right? So to generate a token, we just need to access this folder or option. There is a small arrow. If we click here, it will be expanded, and now you see there are two options are there. One is fine grained tokens, and tokens which is classic, the old one basically you can mention. So I'm going to use this version, fine grained tokens. So I'm going to click here, and very shortly it will be in this type of thing with this heading. Here we see this is the heading like that, personal access token. Now for the first time when we are trying to get this token, we will find this type of button, generate new token. I'm going to click here, and very shortly it will bring this thing. Now we have to mention the token name, description like this. So we can use like I'm using Mac system, so I'm going to use Mac access token like this, Mac access token for GitHub like this. Okay, now description is optional. If you wish, you can add this thing, and if this name is valid, you will see this type of green check mark. That means it is valid. If it is not green, then you need to modify the name, token name. Now we have to use resource owner, who will be the owner of this token. So this is my username, so I'm going to allow my user only, and then after that we have to choose for how many days this token will be valid. The default is 30 days, but we can change it. I'm going to change it to 90 days, but it's fine. It's up to you for how many days you will allow this token, so that you don't need to re-verify. Now after that you have three options are there. Repository access, so public, all, or only select repositories. So public means if you have like 100 repository and all of the 100 is there public, then you will use this token for only those. And all means it doesn't matter whether public or private, it will applicable for all. And only selected means you have to choose which application, which repository have access with this thing. I'm going to choose all this thing, so that like private, public, that means everything, every repository we can access using this token. And this is a permission. So what type of permission I need to put basically. And here I mention choose the minimal permission necessary for your needs. So it is mentioning only choose the minimum permission whichever you need. Now we need to add the permission. So I'm going to press this add permission, and from here I'm going to choose two things basically. So there is contents, we can use this, and this content should be read or write, and metadata. These two things is fine. Okay, so I'm not sure whether metadata is already checked. So these two things is fine. So content means read only or write only. I want to give both access, read and write, and metadata. So this will be always this thing. Now I'm going to create click this button, generate token, and very shortly the token will be generated. And here it is showing new password, personal access token. Here it is showing content, read, write, and metadata, this thing. So it again asking us to verify whether I'm sure that I need these two things or not, and also it will be expired this date. It is also mentioning like this. So I'm going to press the generate token, and very shortly the token will be generated. And here it is, the token is showing make sure to copy your personal access token now, as you will not be able to see this again. So I'm going to copy it. Once the password is copied, now we can use it to logging from our terminal to our GitHub account, or we can save it for temporary, and then we can use it. And that's it. In this way we can easily create the token from our GitHub account.